Workplace professionalism includes communication. To be an effective employee or employer, you must be able to listen and respond to those who you work with. Hi, I'm Jared, and today I'm going to present some helpful tips for listening and responding in the workplace. First, we have hearing and listening and the differences between them. First, hearing is the physical process of sound waves reaching a person's ear, and listening is the intellectual process that involves hearing and thinking critically about what's happening. An example of this is a TV being turned on in the background while you're doing something, say cooking. You're doing something else, but you hear the TV in the background, but you're unable to comprehend what is happening. Well, when you sit down to actually watch the TV, you fully understand the situation that is going on. It can use your critical thinking skills to understand everything. Listening requires more effort than hearing, and is a critical soft skill to have. Next, we have different types of listening. Types include passive, which is casually listening to someone talk. You're not paying attention to every single word that comes out. You're just nitpicking some of the more important words that come out and piecing that together. While active listening is fully participating as you process what the person is saying. You understand and hear every word that comes out, so you can fully understand everything. Next, we have the listening process. What starts out with to receive information, so you can hear it. Next is decode, so you can understand it. Remember, so you can recall what's happening. Evaluate, you can use your critical thinking skills to understand even further. And responding, it gives feedback to everyone, so everyone's on the same page, and it's really helpful. Next, we have the ability to show that you're listening. You can do this through body language. Some of these examples include face towards the speaker, don't interrupt them, you can maintain eye contact with them, be responsive towards them, nod your head, and lean towards them. It's very important. Next, we have listening with a purpose. When you listen to someone with a purpose, you're supposed to have a reason to do so. Some examples of purposes include listening for specific information that you're supposed to receive, listening for someone to give you specific instructions on how to do something or what's going to be done, listening to someone give a request of what's going to happen, or listening to someone give a persuasive talk. Next, we have the formal meeting. A formal meeting is a situation that requires extra listening. An example of this could be something as simple as a job interview. It is important to be prepared to interact with other people and be able to go back and forth and relay various forms of information. Some extra things that you can do to help out in the situation would be something along the lines of arriving early, sit in the front or as close as possible, and also take notes to make sure you relay enough information and can recall different things. Next, we have distractions. Distractions are very bad, and it's best to avoid them as best as possible. Some ways you can get around this are to be attentive, be flexible, be unbiased, be empathetic, and pay attention just as best as possible. We have different types of responses. These include empathy, which is the ability to imagine yourself as the speaker. You also need to ask for clarification, shows your interest and on the same page with the individual. And feedback shows the comprehension and understanding, so everyone can relay information within each other. Next, we have responding examples, starting out with stating, which is paraphrasing what you heard. Summarizing checks for your understanding of it. Encouraging continues the conversation, relaying more information. Reflecting uses the speaker's feelings for perspective on everything. Probing seeks a deeper information. Validation acknowledges the issues at hand that are happening at that current moment. Consequences discuss the effects of the inaction that is happening. Finally, we have some listening responses and tips, which include recognizing and the reasoning and listening with a purpose. It's good to have positive body language toward the individual or the conversation. Shows you're having good attention. It's best to use professional tone, manner, and attitude towards everything that is happening, even though you don't agree with it. It is just best to keep a professional stance on everything. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Hopefully these tips will help you be an effective communicator in your workplace.